Hello, everyone. As I mentioned before, my name is Stephen Hilborn, and this is the 12 Taps assignment, which will be considered a bonus assignment for your menu and facility design course. There's a few things that I just want to talk about here. So this can be used as a bonus assignment for the first three in-class assignments to increase your mark. Okay, so if you've scored very poorly or you scored 0, I would recommend you doing this assignment and submitting it, and I will post the due date shortly and all of this information under the assignments tab. So this particular one is going to have you creating a 12-tap, one-page beer menu, and I'm just going to walk through a little bit of how you're going to do this. So before I do the explain it actually, and I'm sorry, I'm very sick today. You can also use this as extra bonus marks in your major project. So I don't want people just to think that they are only going to be using this if they want more marks. If you're already doing very well, but you want to incorporate this into your major project, you will get extra marks on top of that. So keep that in mind. So for 12 taps, the scenario that we are going to give you is that your restaurant is going into a summer season. It is an upscale urban pub eatery that is adding a draft system. The food is a mix of modern pub fare. So the following are the conditions that must be met by your brand selections. Now note, that's the scenario that I'm giving you if you haven't really figured out your concept or you don't really know what your food items are going to be. If you already know what your concept is, you're doing a cafe, you're doing a bakery, you're doing a fine dining Italian or a seafood restaurant or steak restaurant, this 12 taps assignment can be just changed a little bit. So it is your wine list. So it's 12 wines or it's 12 coffees if you're more doing the cafe kind of thing. You can adjust it. And if you want to do that, email me. If you are doing this for your major assignment, you can adjust it. If you're just going to do it for your bonus marks, you can just stick with the scenario that I gave you, a modern pub fare with 12 taps. So what you'll be doing is that you want to build and present a one-page menu, including the information below. So the 12 available draft taps that you're going to have at on your bar. So this is all beers, just so if you're not aware. You need 4 taps from a major brewery, Labatt's, Diageo, the Molson brand. 4 taps of a domestic microbrewery. So these are the microbreweries that are in and around our area. Now we are in Friday Harbor, so ensure that you keep it somewhat local. You can go as far north as the Muskokas, you can go as far south as Toronto, but don't choose a microbrewery from out east or out west because it doesn't really make any sense. And then 4 imports that you would like. You must present a range of pricing levels, including a potential offering for a promotional pricing. So in your menu, you want to show the different pricing levels and the amount that they're getting. Most drafts are 20 ounces, but you can go 16 ounces, 20 ounces. You can sell larger ones at 24 or 20. 32 is the largest drink size that you can give legally, 32 ounces of beer. And it's called a schooner. You must range from lighter to darker, more flavorful offerings. Must present a clear variety of brewing styles. So some are Pilsners, some are lagers, some are stouts. These are all the types of different beer that are out there. Brewing styles should range from traditional to alternative, and it is benefit to show allegiance to brands for both vendor relationships and to promote cross-selling opportunities of a brand. So when I say that, if you are choosing 4 taps of a domestic microbrewery, you might choose all one microbrewery and get 4 different options from them. Same thing when it goes to a major brewery, you might choose Labatt's, which means that you can have Stella and Kronenberg and Blue, but nobody likes Labatt's Blue, and Bud Light and those kind of things that are all carried by Labatt's. Usually what happens in the restaurant industry, if you give some sort of allegiance to these particular people, they might not give you cheaper beer, but they will give you, here's some Leafs tickets and some Blue Jays tickets and some soccer tickets to give away and some swag and shirts and coats and glassware. So they usually do the promotional stuff for you. And then finally, up to 4 beers may be identified as a summer-specific choice, and you may offer winter alternatives that you would sub out. So you might say, okay, these 4 beers are what we're going to do because it's kind of summer, but when we come winter, we might go for a little bit different style of beer, a pumpkin spice beer for fun, or some sort of, maybe a little bit more hearty. There's like Christmas beers out there. So this is what would be required of you for your bonus mark. A 1-page designed menu with 12 different offerings falling within all of these options here. Now, this is probably more work than some of the assignments that you did. And that's the idea with this bonus assignment. I want you guys to dig a little bit deeper and get to work, really. Just like put some effort into this. This is something that you may all very well have to do, is create a draft menu for your own location that you're working in or managing. So this is very realistic and relative to what you may be doing in life. So you can do all that. If you want to include this in your overall project, so your major project, that's great. You will get bonus marks if you do this and provide like a little fact sheet after that you have give me the cost and price strategy. So tell me how much a keg of this costs, and you can find that out from any website, and tell me what you're going to charge for the price. The reason for its inclusion, so why you chose the beer, some facts about the beer, so that's something like the server might want to read. So, hey, what's a Stella? And you're like, okay, well, a Stella is Belgium. It's traditionally a Christmas beer. It's light in flavor. It's served in that gold chalice. The bottle is green, and it was originated in the 1800s. So you can just give me a little bit of information that if somebody asks a server, they could have related to this little fact sheet and say, yeah, Stella, this is what I just said. And then perhaps some suggested food pairings. Now, if you don't know your menu, that's okay. You can still kind of include what kind of foods might match well. Salty, spicy, protein, pasta dishes, you name it, right? So that's what you would do for your 12 taps project or bonus assignment. This can be used 2 different ways, as I mentioned. It can be just used as a 1-page menu and you send to me and you get some bonus marks to increase some of those zeros or very low marks you got in the first 3 assignments. Or what you can do is that you can go a little bit deeper and use this for bonus marks in your major project and incorporate it into there, or both. So good luck on that. Before I let you go, I will show you how to create your menu. So if you go to Canva, let's save. Okay, so Canva is a free design software website, canva.com. You can do all kinds of stuff in there. You can do social media ads, you can do presentations, posters, Instagram posts, you name it. I've done my maple syrup bottle labels. I've used this for my spraying company I have in the summer. I've used it for C2C as well. These are a lot of things that you can do. So you can also do this for menus. So I can just search up menu and see what it comes up with. Now my internet's very slow, so that might take 1 minute. And what should happen here is it'll give me a bunch of different options that I could choose. So obviously right now, as it's kind of in and around the holiday season of Halloween, you can see there's all kinds of Halloween menus that people are coming out with. That doesn't really fit us, but we can just go, you can just scroll down until you find one that makes a little bit more sense, or you can use any of these and just adjust them, right? So go through, find one that makes sense. This will give you a base. This might be a good one here where you can list 12 beers and it is free. So some of these are free. Some of these you have to pay for the pro, which we don't have. Or if you want to pay for it, you can. But so what I would do is I would click on the free. That's going to limit some of your options. And what I will do is say drink menus. And I'll just go for something that's a little bit, so it's a modern scale pub. So I want something, here's Joe's Java. That would work well for a coffee shop. Because it's already got kind of that. This bar menu might work, but these are more cocktails, so you'd want to remove those particular graphics. Cocktail menu. Again, I wonder if you can search beer. Let me try that as a beer menu. So that's too basic. But here's one. Okay, so just to show you how this kind of works. So this is Canva. We're going to go through, excuse me. And what you can do now is you can edit all this information, right? You can change all this info. So you can adapt it, change to text. You can put in elements such as different pictures and circles and frames. You can change the text. You can include new graphics. You can remove some of these graphics and add something different in there. It's all up to you. It's actually quite interesting on what you can do. So if I wanted to change all this, I could and type in Molson Canadian. Can't type it. And I probably want to include that this is draft beer, but it's 20-ounce draft beers. And then put a price to it, right? So this is what I can do. You might want to include some descriptors in here, like a little bit something underneath. So if I wanted to press enter and do an indent, I could probably figure out how to do that. And you put a little indent with a smaller text and say, you know, what is Molson Canadian? What kind of, is it a lager? It's a Pilsner. What is it? You know, you can erase all your different menu items and just go just with 12 different draft beers, whatever you want, and call your restaurant whatever you want. So this is just an idea to give you on how you can create your menu for not only this assignment, but for the major project as well. This could work very easily. So there's enough information for you to start on. As I said, 12 taps. I'm going to put it up this week, this video up this week, and I will give you, let's say, until the end of week 8 to complete it, because I want this to apply to the first 3 assignments. So it's up to you. Now, if you're using it for your major project, you can do it just till the end of the semester. No big deal for those bonus marks. If you want this to apply to your first 3 assignments, you must have it done by the due date that I will post. Okay? Email me if you have any questions. 12 taps, and I want it all on one page menu. And in Canva, like I just showed you, when you are completed, you are able to save it as a PDF. Okay, once you are, I think you can download it as a PDF, and then and then upload it to me. So there you go. Good luck. Don't pay for the program. Use the free stuff.